Hey everybody, and welcome to today's call. My name is Robert Plank. We're about to bring out our very special presenter, Lance Thomas here. But before we do, I have two very important questions for you. The first one should be right here on your screen. The question is, how is your membership site doing? And the answers are either, I don't have a membership site yet, but I want one, or I have a membership site, but I need more money from it. So we're going to give you a few more seconds. 46% of people have voted so far. We're going to let that fill up a little bit more, and just in the next few seconds, just make a gut decision. Click the button, click submit, let us know your answer, and then the poll will be whisked away. And that's kind of representative of a lot of things in life, right? You have the chance to get on something right now, but in a few days it might be gone, might be closed up. Just like in a few more seconds. Come on, a couple more people, and we will close this up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll is closed. And it looks like we're always shocked by the numbers. 73% of you need to have a membership site. Not next year, not by the end of the year, not by the end of this month, but right now, right away, this week, this month. Let's get it online and set up. So we're going to bring out Lance Tomashiro, and the reason why we're bringing him out is because I have question number 2 for you, and that is, why is it that we all have the exact same 24 hours a day as, Michael Jordan, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, all these other people? We all have access to the same internet. We have access to the same websites, the same tools, the same strategies. We're all relatively as smart as everyone else. But why is it that some people succeed and some people fail? Why is it that some people can put out a membership site, fill it with paying members, get paid, get money in their bank account, and other people are just stuck on step 1, or other people are held back by one little tiny pebble, one little, not even less than a roadblock? So why is that? Well, we're going to have our guest presenter, our keynote speaker, Lance Tomashiro, come out and tell us all about that, share with us some advanced but easy money-making membership site secrets that you can implement now. So we're very glad you're here. All we ask is that you close down every other window, because this is going to be a webinar unlike anything you've ever seen before. So please help me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Lance Tomashiro.
Oh, thanks, Robert. That was awesome. And I love that you put up that poll at the very beginning. And I always love when I don't know what you're going to do. But it was really interesting because, just asking people, do they have a membership site yet? Or do they have one and they need more money from it? And I can't believe that 73% of the people still do not have one online. And I think that, looking at it now, from the business that we've built and the places that we've been, it's actually really shocking to us to see that 73% of people don't have one yet. And, part of the thing that I want you all to really step back and think about, because, let's face it, to be online now in today's day and age, membership sites are where it has to be. And the whole thought of what a membership site is, how a membership site works, and why you need a membership site is totally different. So back in the day when I was getting started, I say back in the day, I mean, back in 2009, 2008, when I was getting started online, the only thing when people would talk about membership sites is they would talk about these things about continuity programs, right? Have you guys heard about continuity programs before? These are these things, and they were really popular for a while, where people would just get in and pay a fee, and they would pay over and over and over every single month or every 2 weeks or whatever it was, for a promise of some kind of content. Well, fast forward, Robert and I really took that model and we looked at it and we said, well, that's great and all, but what's really powerful about membership sites? What can they really do for our business? And the point that we came up with was, well, we can look at membership sites in a totally different way than anybody else in the space online selling products is. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to do that. But before we even get there, I want to, put it all out there that it is no secret why we're all here. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you live. I see people on the call from Australia, from the United States, from the United Kingdom. It doesn't matter what your current financial situation is, and we just had our friend from Ireland show up. It doesn't matter what your current financial situation is. We are all here. We are all online for the same reason, right? And it's to find a way to truly to truly have a passive, meaning we don't have to be involved with it, and recurring income stream, right? That's the goal we're all looking for online. And, it wasn't too long ago where I was sitting at a day job and I was thinking to myself, there has to be a better way. I worked in corporate America for almost 10 years. And during that time, I had a major life changing event happen to me. And I had my first child. I had a daughter named Grace, who a lot of you guys know or are familiar with. And a couple of years ago, before I got started online, I'm sitting at my desk and I mean, most of you guys have had or do currently have a day job, right, in corporate America. And what I found myself, and maybe this relates to you as well, is I would sit at my desk and I would pretend to be busy. I would show up a little bit late. I would walk around to the different coffee pots. I would, you know, try to get in as many meetings as possible because, well, you just goofed around and they would get rid of the day. Most of the time, I spent my time trying to look busy for my 8 hours, 10 hours a day that I was in the office so that I could justify my paycheck. And what happened was, as I'm sitting there doing this, wasting time, I'm thinking about what I really want to be doing. And what I really wanted to be doing was to be home with my newborn baby. I wanted to be home with my kids. I wanted to be spending time, and especially when I'm sitting there doing nothing at work. And so I thought, I'm getting paid for basically doing nothing. I'm being paid to punch a clock, and why can't I figure out a way to do that at home? And so maybe you're like me, and this is how you got there, is I started researching in my spare time. I started looking around on the internet, and for me, this whole idea of using this medium of the internet, of having this quote machine that would just work for me, whether I was there or not, absolutely consumed me. And there was a thing from everybody that I found online, from all of the people that were teaching things, from all of the quote gurus that knew what they were talking about. They they were telling me all of this stuff that I had to have in order to succeed, and I honestly felt like I had it. I mean, they were telling me things like, you need to be really motivated and you need to want this. Well, I was motivated. I knew that I was a smart person. I knew that if somebody would give me directions or give me a system or sort of show me the path, that I could get that done. I knew that I was passionate. I mean, anybody that has had a day job that just goes to work in the grind to make that paycheck, I know you're passionate, because it takes a lot of passion to earn that check for the things that you want in life and to trade that time for those dollars that your family's important. You know that your hobbies are important. You know that the things that you want to do are important. Otherwise, you wouldn't go and do that. And most of all, I knew that I was willing to do whatever it took to make my dream happen. And so for me, that meant going to work. I mean, not going to work. I went to work late, but staying up late after work, after my family went to bed, to study, to try to figure this thing out, to try to figure out what the heck, how to get people to actually pay me money online. I would wake up early. I would do it on my weekends. I would do it every single extra second I had in my life. And to be honest with you, it really frustrated me. And here's why. Because everybody online was telling me that, well, you can do this magical thing online where it makes money and you're going to have all of this free time and you're going to be able to take vacations and you're going to be able to spend time with your family. And, well, to be honest, that wasn't happening for me. What I found was that I was using every second that I had extra to put into this thing where I really didn't feel like I was getting results. And the thing is that all of these people that I was trying to learn from basically gave me the same advice. Maybe you guys have heard this before. They would tell me things like, well, what you got to do to make a bunch of money online is you got to find a niche. And that basically meant find some kind of topic that people are interested in, right? Find a topic that people are buying products in and position yourself as an expert in it. Well, that seems easy enough, right? And then they said, well, find something to sell. that might be your own videos, that might be your own reports, that might be this thing called resale rights, where you buy a product that somebody else has created in your niche and you sell that, correct? And so, I mean, this all sounds easy, right? Well, I know people are buying things online. I know I can come up with a product. And then they said, you find something, you find a product, and then you sell it. Now, this was the kicker for me, the selling it part, right? Like I could get it all together. I could learn enough about how to record myself or how to do Microsoft Word in order to make a document. But when it came to sell it, this is the part that everybody I was learning from would gloss over. And to me, this was the hardest part because this is where my niche, well, you know, we've got students, Robert and I have niches, and yes, Carol, this is really real. Robert and I have students that are in niches like knitting, quilting, guitar, all of these different things. And maybe you're in real estate, maybe you're in one of these types of niches, right? Well, here's the kicker on all of this is if you're in those niches, you don't know about how to set up a website. You don't know about how to sell things online. You don't know how to set up a PayPal account and make sure that it gets added to your email list and this thing called email marketing and all of these things. And so it frustrated me like no other because they would gloss over the hardest part, the part that I was really missing, which was, well, now you want me to become a marketing expert? Now you want me to become a computer expert? And what they really meant with sell it was you have to create this automated machine. And let me tell you, maybe you guys remember this, maybe you're going through this. This was the most frustrating thing ever because I didn't know even the language that they were talking about. I didn't know what an opt-in page is. I didn't know what a sales page was or how to create it. I didn't know what any of these things were, right? I mean, I knew I had bought things online. I knew that when I purchased something, I would usually like click a button and it would ask for my PayPal or my credit card information, and then I would buy. And then, I mean, this weird magic thing would happen, right? It would like send me to a web page and they'd have like all this content on this page. And if I was lucky, I would remember to bookmark it and know how to get back to it. But normally it was like this magic process where I was on this page with all the stuff that I had bought, and I had to remember how to get back there, which I usually couldn't. And then I'd look at my credit card bill and go, wow, I just spent, you know, $1,000 on this thing and I can't remember what it was. I remember buying something, I couldn't figure out how to get back to it, right? So they wanted me to create this machine that I was seeing, but that I really didn't believe worked. And even worse, all of these people that I was looking at were giving me conflicting advice. In fact, they all were recommending to me different software or different solutions or telling me to use this service instead of that service. And everything was just conflicting. In fact, most of the people that I was learning from or buying courses from were giving me conflicting information within their own course. They were giving me too many options. So they would come in and I would buy a course on how to set up my website or my autoresponder, and they would say, here's the 10 autoresponder services that you can use to manage your email list. And then I'd see 10 affiliate links from them. And in my head, I got really pissed off because I don't want 10 options. I don't want to know this. I want to know what the best is. The reason why I paid you was so that you could show me how to set this up, you could tell me which one I need, and you could tell me which one was the best. If I just wanted to go find out what all the options were on the internet, I could do that myself for free. And that's the frustration that a lot of you may be having as well. I know that that was what happened with me. And even more frustrating than they're just recommending everything under the sun to me is that when I researched these people, when I went and like looked them up, looked up their products, looked at what they were using, none of them actually seemed to be doing the things that they were telling me to do. I mean, they weren't using any of the autoresponders they told me to buy. They weren't using any of the hosting they told me to buy. They weren't using any of the membership software they were telling me to buy. And even worse, I couldn't even find any sites of theirs besides the one that I was in. And it seemed like this giant big circle to, as far as I could tell. And it was really, really frustrating because what I wanted was I wanted somebody that could prove to me they knew what they were talking about, that was walking the walk and actually making money online, not with a big business, not with a bunch of employees, but by themselves, because that's where I was at the time. And I wanted to know that they could teach me how it was that they were doing it, and that the tools they were using weren't proprietary, weren't this secret thing that I couldn't get, weren't all tricked out in a different way, something I could actually do myself. So what did I do? Well, I went back to researching because I was frustrated and I knew that there had to be a way. I mean, there's giant companies now, not only, major on the stock market type companies, but big solopreneur, one people, mom and pop shops, people out of their house that are actually making it. So I went back to researching, and to be honest with you, I personally was at a point where I was so overwhelmed with information. I was so confused about what the hell was going on out there and what I was supposed to be doing that I was honestly scared to do anything. And it got to the point where I would just spend my time reading forums, pretending to be busy, staring blankly at my computer screen, trying to learn things that I really didn't need to learn, all because I wanted this so bad. I wanted this online business so bad that I felt that if I just kept banging my head up against the wall over and over and over, maybe it would click for me. And during this whole process, I discovered a huge secret. And the first part about this secret that I discovered is, whew, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't that I wasn't motivated. It wasn't that I wasn't smart. It wasn't that I couldn't do this. It was them. It was that they weren't walking the walk. It was that they weren't doing what they were telling me they were doing. And even worse, it was that they didn't know how to teach me how to implement that exact same system. But the second part of what I discovered is that there are actually, and at the time there were, that I found a handful of home-based, meaning a home office, a room, a computer, and a desk, of solopreneurs, meaning one person that usually has a day job. A lot of them had moved on or come from that were actually really real life walking the walk. Were actually making six-figure incomes by themselves from their home with time to do other things, and they were really, really out there. Now, the problem with finding these people was, well, they're not the ones that with the flashiest bells and whistles. They weren't the ones with the biggest hypey things. They were the ones that were actually doing it, and they were really, really hard to find. But here's what I noticed about all of them, and I searched them out, and I got to find them, is that they were all using the same platform. They were all using this same automated system, which, after doing my research, led me to believe if they're all using the same thing, there's a system behind it. There is a formula that I can learn, there's a formula that I can refine, and there's a formula that I can actually implement, the most important part, that I could implement in order to get the same results that they were getting. And so what I did was I found this guy named Robert Plank. And he was a programmer. You guys might have heard of him. You guys actually might have heard him today, right? And the cool thing about Robert, and one of the reasons why him and I meshed so well and got along so well at the beginning, is that, well, we had the exact same goals. And basically, the goals that we had were that we both wanted a true automated machine. Truly automated. This system, this thing that we could build that, most importantly, worked for us, okay? That whether we were there or not, whether we were paying attention, whether we were on vacation, that this machine would do what we wanted it to do, meaning take sales, get traffic, deliver the product, all of that, protect our downloads, protect everything, that it worked for us. And the second part about what we wanted to create was not something that would work for us, but something that was easily replicated by anybody in any niche. Okay? And so what we did was we actually have spent the last 3 years, Robert and I, perfecting how we do this. And what we've had to do along the time of those last 3 years is we've created tools that the online industry has never seen, that the online industry will talk about, you should do it this way, but there's no tools that exist. And in a lot of those cases right now, there are those tools that exist, and they're only things that we use ourselves and that some of our most high-end coaching students have had access to. And I mean, just to show you really quickly, these are like some screenshots of a handful of our sites. We currently have over 20 sites that are built on this platform that are making us money every single day. But one thing I want you to notice about these sites is, first of all, they're simple and replicatable. They're a template, right? They all look the same with a couple of different tweaks. We might have a video on one versus a graphic on one, but for the most part, they're the exact same plug and play, drop it in, get the same results system that we can use over and over again. The second thing I want you to realize is we really do use our own stuff, and all of the tools that Robert and I have, all of the things that Robert and I teach about doing membership sites, we do in our own business. That's how we know that they work, is because we've been using these ourselves since 2009. And that's where the rubber really does meet the road. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about what's been happening with me, because I know a lot of you have noticed that, well, I was gone. I went on hiatus for a while out of my own personal business. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about what happened. So about 60 days ago, I had another one of these life-changing events happen to me. And the thing about this one is it was unexpected, and it literally changed my life. And I knew that I was at a crossroad. I knew that I needed to do some things for myself, I needed to do some things for my business, and I needed to do some things for my family. And in order to do all of these things that I needed to do for my life, for my business, I had to fully test this machine, this system, this online business that I had built, and find out if it really worked. I mean, I knew it worked. I've been here. I've been working my business every single day. I might take, a week off here or a week off there. But I needed to know if it really worked offhands. I needed to know if it really did what, I was pretty sure it did. And so this event really did cause me to take a look at all of these things, my business, my personal life, my family, and figure out, what's important to me and how I wanted to proceed. So this event that happened to me about 60 days ago, and this is from last Saturday, actually a couple of days ago, is we found out my wife Marty was pregnant and that we are now having another boy, a baby boy. And so this was totally unexpected for us. Most of you know Grace is now almost 6 years old, and to be honest, this scared the crap out of me to have another newborn baby coming into the house, knowing that we work as much as Robert and I, we work every day, at least a little bit a day, and knowing with a new baby coming in, a lot of that was going to need to change for me. And so I needed to get rid of theory. And in a split moment, I knew inside, I knew that I had to do something that actually scared me to death. Doing what I knew I had to do scared me so bad, and that was that I had to truly test my system. So let me tell you what I did. I scheduled some emails in my autoresponder. I contacted a couple of business partners and a few of my clients, select clients, and then I did the absolute scariest part that I could do in this test. I left. I literally left. When I say that I left, I mean I talked to Robert for about 30 minutes before this happened, and I took no cell phone. I had no TVs, no iPads, no internet, no communication at all, no email. I didn't talk to Robert, and I was scared. I was scared. I knew I needed to test my system, and I cut myself off from every bit of communication regarding my business that there was. And I did this for 30 days. Now, I didn't have time to plan for this. I didn't have time to anything, and I knew I needed a real test. So this is what I did. I cut everything off for 30 days. And like I said, I was scared to death. And here's what I found out about this fear that I had. And this was like a crazy thing. I love this quote. It's fear is nothing more than an obstacle that stands in the way of progress. In overcoming our fears, we can move forward stronger and wiser within ourselves. And let me tell you, not having access to a phone or email or what was happening in my business was one of the most scary things that I have ever done. But let me tell you what happened when I came back. Because of these models, because of membership sites, because of this thing called automated, passive, recurring income, I learned a lot about myself. I came back. Everything was awesome and the way that it was. Now, that's not to say that there weren't some hiccups that happened. There weren't some emails that were waiting for me. There weren't some people that didn't know I was out. But I mean, literally, everything turned out okay. And my fears, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot that, first of all, I don't need to be tied to the computer when my baby's born, that I know that I have built a system that really does work whether I'm there or not. And I don't know where you are personally with your business online right now, but I'm willing to bet that there are obstacles, there are fears that you have, there are things that are standing in your way that you're afraid to do. Maybe it's creating that content. Maybe it's moving forward and actually getting traffic or JV partners or learning something new. But I want to tell you this, is that if you keep at it, if you do the things that you need to do to get to that goal that's inside of you, you're going to leave here stronger, wiser, you're going to have this new peace, and you're going to know that nothing that's an obstacle will ever again stand in your way. And so here's what I want to share with you is that this secret thing about membership sites, right? The biggest, worst kept secret on the internet, membership sites. Everybody talks about them, but here's the problem. So few people that talk about them, teach about them, do about them, actually do them. And they don't have things that they can give you specifically, here's how you do this model. Here's how you implement it. They're great at giving you all the theory. They're great at overwhelming you. They're great at telling you, you should have dripped content so that when people come in, they get this and this and this, but they're really bad at teaching you the implementation of it. And that's what I really want you guys all to focus on moving forward in your business is when you learn something, it's great to have a bunch of theory, but you need to walk away, and so do your customers, with step-by-step actions that actually get them where they need to go. And here's what I want you to know about membership sites. Yes, you can make these big, fancy, spend forever setting them up. I want you to keep it simple. Because if you keep it simple and you set it up the right way, you can grow it however you want when you need it. The truth is that most of the things that people teach about membership sites and how to set them up and how yours should look and all of this, they're heavy on the bells and whistles and light on the usefulness and actual what's going to get you results. And the truth about all of the things is that if you start simple and do it right from the very beginning, you can grow and add and put all those bells and whistles in as you need it. I mean, what's easier? Well, I mean, what's easier? Is it easier to set something up simple and then just learn one little piece and grow it. I want to know how to drip content. So now today I'm going to learn that and just learn drip content rather than this whole big membership site or learn it all at once. Is it easy to learn? I want to know how to do video inside of my membership site and just use that and add it onto the base. If you build the right foundation from the beginning, you can grow it and change it and build it as much as you want. And why so many membership sites are failing right now online is not because of the idea, is not because of the passion, is not because the person doesn't know what they're doing. It's because the idea is too big to put your head around. And I mean, even think about things like the iPhone. Now we're at what, the iPhone 5. It started with the iPhone 3. They knew all the things they wanted the iPhone to do today, but they didn't like wait 10 years to get it out the way that they thought they wanted it. They tested it along the way. They started small and built it a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And if you look at all of the successful businesses in the world, they all start with something smaller and build on it and make it better and make it better. And I don't care if you're talking about workout programs like P90, P90X, P90 Extreme. If you're talking about learning guitar, which is, learn the chords, now learn how to put them together, now learn how to do this. If you're talking about a car, which it comes out and then it gets better and better and better, everything that comes out works that way. And for some reason, people come online and they think they have to be perfect and this big end vision from the gate, and that's what causes them to fail. It's too big, so keep it simple. And think of your membership site. Get rid of recurring right now. Get rid of continuity. Get rid of all of these things and start thinking of a membership site as something that takes payments for you so you can collect money without being there. Something that delivers your product or service and protects your content for you, right? And something that builds a community. If you just think of your membership site as these things, it doesn't matter if your membership site is free. Ever heard of a place called Facebook? It doesn't matter if your membership site is a product that delivers something that people pay for one time. It doesn't matter if your membership site is something that splits up payments, and it doesn't matter if your membership site is something that goes on forever. Those are just buttons, right? Those are just payment options. All that your membership site does is let people in, protect your content, build a community. That's it. Now, most important, it's going to do all this for you guys on autopilot. And that's why I told you that story from the very beginning. Needs to do this all on autopilot. So many people, friends of Robert and I, people that we know very well, their businesses can't run without themselves. They'll tell you that they do, they'll tell you that it does, but if you remove them from the business, it completely fails. So change the way you look about membership sites so that you can build on it, so that you can grow it, so that it can become the thing that you want without overwhelming you. Now let's simplify membership sites. Let's talk about some strategies. Let's talk about this thing called the $10 by 1,000 member fallacy. Let's talk about some obstacles that people have. What should I price my product, and how do I earn a real living selling things online? And let's talk about this thing that Robert and I have called the challenge system. And I want to end with some motivation for you. And this is something that Robert and I call the chicken and the egg of membership sites. So let's jump right into this. I want to talk about this thing called the $10 by 100 member fallacy. And so many times when we're traveling, when we talk to students, when we talk to you guys on our blogs, on Facebook, whatever, they come to us and they say, Lance, my goal is to make $10,000 per month. And I say, cool. Well, how are you going to do that? 9 times out of 10, and this was me too, is they say, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get myself 1,000 members at $10 each. That's their first answer. I was the same way. I wrote an ebook when I got started, charged $7 from it, and I figured, well, if I sell 1,000,000 of these at $7, because I mean, who wouldn't buy a $7? Who wouldn't spend $7 on a product? I'll just sell 1,000,000 of them. I'll retire with $7 million, It'll all be good. Life will be great, right? Let me tell you, it's not the way that it works. Does anybody out there know what's wrong with the two statements that I just put up here? So I go to somebody, I say, what's your goal? They say, my goal is to make $10,000 per month. I say, how are you going to reach that goal? And they say, well, I'll get myself 1,000 paying members at $10. Does anybody know what's wrong with this at all? Well, maybe you guys will. So Tara says it's a mathematical exercise, not reality. The goal has no working plan. Who wouldn't want it? It's too vague. They assume they will have 1,000 members. How do you keep the members? 1,000 members aren't going to come. It's tough to scale with no plan. All of these are there. Now let's just keep going with this. First of all, a lot of you guys said, how are they going to stay in the membership site, right? And the reverse is true too. What they hope is that, and you guys may have been part of this, you guys may have heard this taught, but basically what happens is they say, get them in your membership site, and because it's cheap and they're a member, they'll just stay. They're not going to cancel it. Don't send them emails. Don't send them a bunch of information. Don't do anything. They'll just spend the $10 and they'll keep spending it over and over again. Well, I mean, obviously there are people that do that. There are people that teach that. There are sites that go on this model, and I mean, maybe they make stuff, I don't know. So they do that, but here's the real part is their goal is to make $10,000 a month. They'll just get 1,000 members, and they're going to charge $10, and then they go, well, now I'm off to go figure out what's worth $10, right? They haven't thought about their product. They haven't thought about their niche. They haven't thought about the results that they can get for people. They just said, well, I heard that selling at $10 is good because people buy at $10, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell something at $10. I'll get 1,000 members. Now I got to go figure out what people will pay $10 for, right? It's backwards. It's backwards, and you guys all have great niches. You guys all have things that you can do. So you can do that, or you can do it the right way, right? Which is get your product out there. And the way that Robert and I like to do this is through our pricing, right? So we know what somebody can do. We know what results our products can get for somebody. And for you guys, I mean, maybe you know how to teach somebody how to buy and sell real estate. Maybe you know something about the stock market. Maybe you know something about guitar. Maybe you know something about cartooning. Maybe you know all of these things, right? So you know what the result is somebody can get from the information that you have. But the problem now is you don't set your price, then find your information. You have your information now. How do you price? And a lot of people get stuck with that because let's face it, people want to make a full-time income online, right? That's why we're all doing this. And I want to make it really simple for you. And for those of you that follow what Robert and I do, you've seen us do this a lot of times. And what we typically do is we will just charge $7 up front, something ridiculous for a very short amount of time, something absolutely ridiculous in our niche for what they're going to get. Now, why do we do this? The main reason is that we want to test the market before we do too much work, before we put too much time and effort into something, before we build all of this content, before we make all the bells and whistles. We make basically a beta test version of a course, of a program, of whatever it is, and we charge up front for a short period of time. Now, why do we do it for a short period of time? We do it for a short period of time because we can increase the price, which makes more sales and builds our social proof as we go. So what you'll see us do is release something ridiculously low. We've done this with programs like right now. The one in my head is we have a program called Set Up a Fan Page. It's a $200 online course. We started it at $7 for 4 live webinars. What? Well, we didn't know that anybody was going to want that. We didn't know anybody was going to use that. We didn't know what people were going to think about it. And we, for 24 hours, had it at $7, and then we raised the price, $17, $27, $47, $97, and then $197. And we do that typically every week, so we have time to promote it, and that we can say, we're raising the price to $17, you better go get it. We're raising the price to $27, you better go get it. And we push it until we start to feel resistance. Okay? But now what do we have? We know the sweet spot for our product. We know that people are willing to pay $197 for that product. Now what happens? You get the product up to $197 and now you've lost what? The people that were buying down here can't afford it anymore, but you're making more money. Now, here's where this model gets really cool. Now what you can do is you know your product's worth $197. You've got results. You've got testimonials. You've got people that know it works and loves it. You've got everything that you need to put on your sales page. Now what can you do? Well, if you've got a membership site, you can put another button on your page and split it up into 4 payments. You can finance them. You can finance them at 0%. I mean, people do this with cars, right? Some of us were alive when cars were really, really cheap. And now they're like, what, 30, 40, 60, $100,000. And what do? They break it into payments for us. Some people still go and buy it all. Some people buy it into payments. But now you've got all the price points covered so you can get your whole market. Now think about this. Think about why you would do this. You want to test the market. You don't want to spend a bunch of time. You want to find out what the sweet spot is. You want to create urgency. You want to get the word out. You want to build hype. You want your people to get results. You want the testimonials, and you want recurring passive income. Think about this pricing model for your own products when you launch them and when you introduce them. Now, I mentioned something really quickly there. I mentioned something where I said you can get people to get results. You can get testimonials. How do you do that? Well, Robert and I use this thing called challenges, and this is something you all want to put into your business immediately. And so if you do this one thing right, and so many people get this wrong, but if you do this right, you're going to be better than the rest of your marketplace and you're going to crush your competition. And the reason is your results are going to be better for your customers. Here's what your average competition does. Here's what all of your competitors are doing right now. They do what I talked about at the beginning. You buy their product, they send you to a download page, you don't know how to get back to it, it's a giant page with some PDFs, a bunch of download links, somebody joins and it's it. That's the end of it. They get their videos, they get their PDFs, they get a long list of links, and they're gone, right? Then what they do is they try to pad you with too much information. They try to overload you, right? They need to justify their price. They need to make sure that for their $200, you got to have all this stuff, and that's why they confuse you with choices. They don't just tell you what you need to do. They don't just tell you to use Wishlist Member. What they do is they tell you, here's the 10 membership plugins that are on the market. They don't tell you which one to use and why. They confuse you. They overload you. They do it because they're trying to justify their price. But here's what you're going to do. You do this one thing, you will crush your competitions. You give them a module, right? So that might be a PDF or a video with its resources, right? A video with, here's the link to what I told you to use, here's a transcript, whatever it is. And then you give them a 4-part assignment. An easy 4-part assignment that will let them know that they have mastered the information inside of that particular module, what they should get after watching that video. So if it's they should know how to play a G chord on the guitar, then you make them commit to doing it before they actually do this. This is the key, because then you have social proof that people are doing it. Now let me give you a real world example of a challenge. Let's say you had a course about how to use Photoshop to create websites, mini sites, right? You guys all know this, like Photoshop to create those cool looking sites and the graphics and logos and all that. So what would your course be? Well, maybe it was a 4-part course where one part was how to create a logo, one part was how to create these scruffy things, one part was for how to make icons, and one part is teaching how to make infographics, right? So in module 1, we're going to show you how to create a logo, right? So what you do is you make your video with here's how you make a logo, here's how you do it my way, here's all the things you need to know about Photoshop to get your logo created. And then after they watch that video, they have a challenge. Now this is key. The challenge only has 4 questions. Here they are. The first question every time, we're going to call it the name. The second question every time is what are the details? The third question every time is what's your proof that you're going to do it? And the fourth question is when will it be done? The deadline. Not a date, a time and day. Think about why this works. It works the same reason why you got all your papers done the morning before they were due, staying up all night cramming because there was a time and date it was due and you knew what that was. There's a psychological thing that happens. So let's talk about what you would do for the logo challenge. So question one, right? This is the name. So what do you ask somebody? Well, what is the name of your logo? So for me, it might be, I'm going to make a membership cube logo, backup creator logo, something that I don't have to think about. What did that take me? 5 seconds to tell you what logo I'm going to create. Question number two, what 2 colors will you use to create your logo, right? Didn't give them options, didn't say what colors will you use, didn't say how many colors will you use. I made it very specific. What 2 colors will you use? So I can think off the head, I'm going to use blue and white. Fine. I don't have to think, right? These are all things that I can answer as a customer really, really fast. The third thing, what URL will this logo be located? I know it doesn't exist yet, but I can say I'm going to have it at membershipcube.com/logo, knowing that it's not there yet. And finally, what time and date will it be done? It'll be done at 12:47 on December 1st, right? Sometime in the future with a time and a date. And here's the thing is that when people come in, whether it's your live course, whether it's your training course, whether it's your product course, you come in there and you make everybody answer these questions and then let them spend some time on it, but they come back and they say, I'm done. They come back and tell you when they're finished. Why? Well, it creates the social proof. You can look at it. Now you have testimonials. Now you have proof that the logo's there. And here's a cool little trick that you can do. You can create a new level in your membership site. We call ours, like for Challenge 1, we call, imagine this, our new level Challenge 1. And when people come back and say, I'm done, we give them a surprise. We give them a bonus. Sometimes it's a Q&A call. Sometimes it's an extra report. Sometimes it's an extra video, but it's something that rewards them for finishing their stuff. Now, why? You want results for your customers. So you implement this idea of a challenge into your business and it will blow your customers away and it will blow your competition away. Literally, because it keeps it simple, it keeps it easy, people know what they needed to accomplish or learn in that particular module, and people get results. It's a win all around, except for your competition. Now, talked a little bit about this thing called the chicken and the egg of membership sites, and here's what Robert and I hear all of the time. Hey, I can't create content yet for my membership site because I don't have any members. Right? They want to know, well, or they say, I can't get new members yet because I have no content to show them. Right? Any of you guys, does it sound familiar to you? Can't create content because you don't have anybody to buy it from you. And because you don't have anybody buying it from you, you can't create content, right? I'll show you a really quick solution to this. And this is one that Robert and I do all of the time. We do things live. We do these live 4-week classes, or if you want to be a chicken and an egg, here's what you can do is you can make one video and at least have it come out every single month. You can do your videos pre-recorded on your desktop, but it's these 4 modules. Now, why do we do it this way and why do we spread it out this way? Well, the reason is we can get paid before we do any of the work. We can get members and then be paid to create that content, and they know up front that that's what's going to happen. This makes a better class, it makes better content, and it makes everybody happy. It takes all of the pressure off of you. So how do you do this? Well, you set up a membership site, that's easy. You set up a payment button, that's easy. You put it on your calendar, tell people when it's going to be, and that's it. All you have to do is deliver the training that people know is coming up in the future. And I mean, isn't this how our standard education system works anyway? mean, don't we, like when we go to university or when we go to high school or we take any kind of continuing education, right? We pay for the class, we know what they're going to teach us, and then we go to the class, right? That's how it works. It's the same model online, so don't make it harder than it has to be. And if you remember just these four things about membership sites, your business will sell like crazy. Your life will be transformed and you'll really have these things because you're going to keep it simple, you're going to keep it small, and you're going to grow it when it needs to grow. You don't need to build this giant, massive thing. So how are you going to do all this? Well, here's the tools. These are the things that you need to use. I'm not going to give you a bunch of options. I'm going to tell you exactly how you do it and how it works. You use this thing called WordPress. It's free. All of you guys have it in your hosting accounts. If not, you can get it for free from wordpress.org. You download it and install it. They have 5-minute installation instructions on their site, or it's one click in most hosting situations. Use this thing called Wishlist Member. It is the best, most advanced membership software on the market. You hit a button and it installs. Your whole membership site is set up for you. You use an HTML sales letter and a payment button, not WordPress. You do not use WordPress for your sales page, period. Robert and I are huge proponents of this. Couple of reasons. The first reason is, if you guys have ever tried to put a sales page up on WordPress, it takes you forever. If you just have an HTML template, you fill in the blanks, it takes you 10 minutes. The other thing is WordPress is slow. When you have a bunch of traffic, you don't want your sales page being slow. You don't want it slowing down for your members, and it makes it simple. It separates your sales process from your delivery process, which will save you for if you ever have problems down the line. Use WP Drip plugin. This is what turns your content into an autoresponder. When Tara signs up today, she gets the first content on day 1, second content on day 2. When June shows up a little bit later, she gets that same content delivered in the same order and you don't have to do anything about it. It handles it for you. You use a plugin called WP Import, which puts all your content up and schedules it for you. It works with WP Drip so that you don't have to drip it out. Puts it all out there on the basis that you want. Then we use this cool tool called WP Notepad that provides interactivity. It allows you to have checklists for your members. It allows your members to check off what they've done and keep private notes for themselves that the other members can't sell. And then we use this thing called WP Kunaki, which allows us to collect our members' physical mailing addresses so we can send them thank you cards, we can send them DVDs, we can get in touch with them, send them some extra bonuses that they weren't expecting. And all of this is going to be included for you inside of Membership Cube 2.0. And it's going to be 8 training courses live on the following dates. We're going to tell you everything you need to know about the 6 models that Robert and I use inside of our business. We're going to tell you about single payment membership sites, how to create all your content in a day, where we're actually live in front of you going to create a new course, market a new course, show you all of the things step by step, every single thing without anything left out. What I talked about earlier today, we're going to let you guys see it over our shoulders live. We're going to talk about free membership sites and how to build a list, how to market, how to copyright your membership site. This thing called a bucket membership site, where if you have resale rights or PLR articles or things like that on your hard drive, how you can actually make money from them. We're going to show you how we have these things called coaching membership sites, both for one-on-one, we have a $10,000 a year program, or for group training type membership sites. We're going to talk to you about how to generate your content and how to do daily content membership sites. And like we said, it's Membership Cube, right? There's 6 sides to a cube. You have your start with your single payment membership sites, $7 to $197. And then you have a free membership site where people can come in for a gift, but here's the trick. It's in the same site so you can upsell them without having to maintain, without having to create new stuff, where you just add a new button and you can upsell them very quickly with no work. We're going to talk about the bucket membership site that has lots of downloads, the coaching membership sites, both one-on-one or a group, and the daily membership sites, one where they get constant updates and have to keep coming back. And the sixth thing that we do is we have physical sites, right? We call this the hybrid delivery, where we'll send DVDs, where we'll send cards, where we'll send things that we can use and our members can use, little bonuses that give them things that they can use offline as well as online. So inside of Membership Cube 2.0, you're going to get 8 brand new live training sessions with Robert and myself. You're going to get 4 live Q&A sessions where we're going to answer any questions that you have about your business, about your membership site. I don't care if it's technical. We'll grab the screen from you. We'll fix your site. Any question you have about your membership site or business, we will stay on until it's answered. And you're going to get live challenges for each session. We're going to do them with you. Like I said, we're going to actually launch a product in front of you. We're going to create a membership site and go through this entire process with you live so that you can see it with nothing left out. And the thing is, I told you we've been doing this since 2009, and we've been selling an old version of Membership Cube since 2009. But here's the thing, back then, we had to do all these hacks. We had to do all these tricks. We had to do everything, and that no longer exists. Almost everything that we do now is with an easy-to-install, easy-to-use plugin. We're going to give all of those to you as part of Membership Cube 2.0. And just for example, now when we put videos in our sites, it just takes a few seconds. In fact, our replays are up and in the members area usually within 2 hours. That's most of the time processing and uploading. We click a button, it's there, it goes full screen, it's HD, the whole site moves around. It's awesome. You are going to be blown away, and your new members are going to be blown away. We're going to show you how to create a template, and in fact, hang on, because I'm going to tell you something really cool, but how you can clone your membership site, build it somewhere else, reuse it, and it only takes one click. We're going to show you how we now create a dashboard page so that everything is easily organized, easy to find, and so that your members can see everything. No more long download pages, no more nothing. We're talking about icons. We're talking about easily separated module sections. Creates a better user experience and creates a better maintenance experience for you as a product owner. You're going to get PDF checklists, transcripts. We're going to give you every single thing you need to make it a complete course, Everything that you need is inside of Membership Cube. So you're going to get the training. You're going to get the 8 modules that I talked about. You're going to get the 4 Q&A calls, all for a total value, just the training, $3,964. But I told you that I want this to be a complete home study course for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the brand new updated proprietary plugins that Double Agent Marketing has created or that we've licensed for you. And it's going to start with Wishlist Member Unlimited. This on the market is a real $297 value. It's the unlimited license. It's in your name. You're going to get Membership Designer, which is the theme that we use in all of our sites. You're going to get WP Drip so that you can easily make your dashboard pages. You can turn your content into an autoresponder, and you can have the copy and paste email generator to keep your members coming back over and over again. You're going to get WP Import to bulk add your posts or pages. WP Notepad so that your members can keep track of their progress, keep notes, but also so you can see if they're making the progress that you want them to, and that you can contact them and say, hey, you didn't finish this yet. Get it done. Remember, you want results for your customers. We're going to give you the WP Kunaki plugin that integrates with send out cards and Kunaki.com so that you can collect the physical addresses, keep track of who you've sent stuff for, and if you want, create a DVD of the month club. We're going to give you WP Reseller that lets you white label your site. It lets you change the entry point so you can use multiple domains, all that end up at the same membership site. Why? Well, so you can do your lead generation, do your upsells, do your continuity, do everything through a single site, but it looks different depending on what URL they come in from. We're going to give you WP List Builder, which a lot of people don't know this, but almost all of the membership sites on the internet, well, they work with your autoresponder, but they're not CAN spam compliant. They don't keep your users' what's called IP address. They keep your IP address, which means that you can't prove you didn't put it in there when you get a canned spam call. It also links up to services like call loops so that you can automatically have the person's phone ring when they call and when they sign up for your site, giving them a thank you from you in their name. That's WP List Builder. We're going to give you WP Auto Signup that lets you upsell your training, and to do free membership sites, you're going to get WP Stats Pro, which tells you what your members have looked at, what they've downloaded, how long they've been on it. You know where else this is great besides knowing what's being used and what's popular is when people try to refund and you have this whole thing that says, nope, they were on from this time, here's what they downloaded, here's their IP address, here's where they're from. It works awesome when you can prove that they downloaded your whole site and got what they wanted. We're going to give you Wishlist Protector that lets you customize content based on the level that the person's on. Remember, we told you you can sell or give away multiple products from the same site. Well, this is an easy way to separate out that content. You're going to get our new video player that lets you add instant videos into your membership sites. You're going to get Gravatar Manager, which lets you show all of your member pictures automatically. That's a real world value of $2,051 if you go purchase all of these separately. Hang on, because I'm going to tell you how to get them at an amazing price. Also, you're going to get the following bonuses. We're going to give you Backup Creator Express with 4 ready-to-use, fill-in-the-blank membership site templates the way that we do them. So you're going to get it. It's going to have the dashboard. It's going to have test users. It's going to have test content, and you just change it up the way that you want it. Single site, fixed term, continuity, and coaching program the way that we have it. We're going to give you our templates. So when you want to do it, you just plug it in. You change the content out. All just fill in the blank and you're ready to go. You're going to get our membership checklist that gives you step-by-step easy installation, our sales letter template. This is the exact one that we've used for the past 4 years, split tested. Everybody copies it. No one's got it right because nobody tests and uses it as much as we do. You're going to get the challenges. These are the easy assignments after each session to make sure you're keeping up and following along with the progress that Robert and I are making. You get same-day replays that you can watch at any time. You're going to get transcripts that you can view or print anytime that you want of everything that was said inside of the course, and you're going to get a community so you can ask questions, discuss with other members, see what all is going on. You're also going to get access to Membership Cube 1.0. This was the class we did 3 years ago. We've been selling for the past 3 years. You get instant access to that as well, and you're going to get lifetime access to everything. You can come back 24 hours a day as long as you want, forever. That's a real world value of $5,773. So what you're going to get when you join Membership Cube 2.0 is you're going to get all of the training, all of the bonuses, all of the plugins for a total value today of $11,788. And I want you to think about something. If all Membership Cube did for you was motivate you to revive that membership site that you've had planned that's rotting on the vine and create a full-time income, wouldn't that be worth it? And if we just pushed you in the right direction and had you create a brand new membership site that made you a couple extra $1,000 this month and pushed you in the right direction, wouldn't that be worth it? And also, what if you just finished 2012 strong with a much bigger, safer, happier, more satisfied bank account and cash flow coming in? Wouldn't that be worth it? And finally, what if you got the walk mentors and this proven tested system that you've been looking for to actually look at, implement, and use? Wouldn't that be worth it with all the time, effort, and energy you've already spent? I think the answer is easy. So inside of Membership Cube 2.0, don't forget you're going to get Wishlist Member Unlimited, WP Drip, WP Import, all of our plugins. You're going to get brand new membership training, including what we're doing with Facebook groups, what we're doing with reference pages, how we're doing our $10,000 a year coaching program. You're going to get new challenges, and I mean, this is the perfect timing for you if you're thinking about making more money with your existing site this month. You're going to get brand new Q&A calls where you can get help with anything. And I mean, here's what the insides of some of our sites look like. We get these cool, for our software, these cool tables where we can show people what the different levels are and which level they're on. You get these cool dashboards that we set up now inside of our members area. And remember, you're going to get the templates for these things when you join Membership Cube 2.0. You get all of the live training, all of the bonus call, all of the plugins, all of this. And today, your total is going to be just $19.97. It's all waiting for you at www.membershipcube.com, just $19.97. And I want you to think about something about our training. There's two ways you can go here. You can go without us. That's fine. You're going to get no proven models. We talked about that earlier on. You're going to wonder which software should you use. You're not going to be able to drip. None of them do it in a single click like we do. You're going to get no help. You're going to get no one-on-one help. Or you can do the easy thing and come along with Robert and I, where you're going to get 6 proven models, 6 proven models that work, that are tested, that we've done over and over and over again. You're going to get your Wishlist Member Unlimited license included in the price for you. You don't have to buy anything. Everything's included. It's all inside of you. You're going to get the one-click drip. You're going to get the 12 live sessions. You're going to get the live interaction. All of it for just $19.97. And think about this. If you just outsourced all of this, it would easily cost $2,000 to have your site built. You wouldn't know how to use it. You wouldn't know what to do about it. Just getting the tools and plugins would cost you $19.97. But you're going to get the trainings, the plugins, the videos, the years of debugging that we've done all included for you. You're going to get the webinars, the Q&A calls, your own Wishlist Member Unlimited license, and you're going to be able to overcome your obstacles and start moving forward today. And because you're here, I want you to get what you deserve for just $14.97 for Membership Cube 2.0 at www.membershipcube.com. Head on over there right now and secure your future. Think about it. For just $14.97, it would be worth it just to avoid all of the mistakes that Robert and I have taken years to learn, years to overcome, so that you can truly have that passive automated system working for you on a recurring basis. And like I told you earlier, I was frustrated. I was ready to give up. I was ready to think that this wasn't going to happen for me, but it can and it will when you make the right decision today. All of the tools, all of the plugins, all of the things that I showed you today would cost you $2,000 to buy them on your own. That's true. So $14.97 is a fantastic deal. Head on over right now to membershipcube.com and secure your future. Don't forget, Wishlist Member comes with an unlimited license, which means you can install it on as many sites as you want. You can create as many memberships as you want. That's easily worth $14.97. Now because you're here, I want to give you something really special. If you act today on membershipcube.com, if you overcome the obstacles that you've been waiting for and go over right now to membershipcube.com, you can get everything that we just talked about for $9.97. This is everything. This is everything that you need in one place to build the passive recurring system of your dreams. And here's the truth. You need more than just a membership site script. You need more than just content for your membership site. You need more than just videos to learn from. You need a mentor. You need a mentor that has walked the walk. You need a mentor that knows how to teach this stuff. And you need a mentor that has done this and done this as their full-time business over and over and over again. You need a proven, tested system that actually works. And all of it is waiting for you inside of Membership Cube 2.0. It's everything you need to build the passive recurring system of your dreams. It's the training, all of our bonuses, all of the plugins, a total value of $11,788. Go there right now to Membership Cube and secure your position. And if you do that right now, If you do that right now, if you're over at membershipcube.com right now for the next 12 hours, until midnight tonight, if you head on over to membershipcube.com, I am going to give you everything that you need. I am going to give you wishlist member. I am going to give you WP drip. I am going to give you all of the training, all of the bonuses, all of the plugins, all of the themes, all of the templates, everything that you need for just $697. That's it. $697. And I don't know what you're waiting for. Go there right now to membershipcube.com. This is everything that you need, cheaper than what you can buy this on the market for, with the personalized training included. You're going to watch us do this in front of you. You're going to watch us launch a product in front of you. You're going to watch us walk the walk with you, right in front of you, with the challenges set up so that you can do it too. And the best part is it's 100% risk-free. So for any reason in the next 30 days, you decide you don't like recurring income, you decide you don't like the passive system that you're building, just send us an email and you can refund, no questions asked. But the only catch is that if you refund, we're going to take back our software. And I mean, that's fair. We're taking a hit on this. We're paying out of pocket for it. So we will take those licenses back. And, you know, right now, you have a decision to make. Just like I was at a crossroad, just like you're at a crossroad right now, you have a decision to make. The good news is it's an easy decision. So what you want to do right now is go to www.membershipcube.com right now and secure your spot and your future. It's at www.membershipcube.com. That's membershipcube.com. You're going to scroll down to the bottom and click the pay button and send your payment of $697 to Double Agent Marketing LLC. You're going to log into the membership site in just the next few minutes and you're going to get started today. You're going to get started today. So take this final step. Go over there right now to membershipcube.com. Hurry up. Go ahead. Do it right now. It's at www.membershipcube.com and claim your $697 price. This is a special offer. It's only good till midnight tonight. We hope you take advantage of it. This is the best deal you're ever going to see anywhere on the internet. I'll go there with you right now to membershipcube.com. That's membershipcube.com. All of the information that you need is right on this page for you. It's updated for Membership Cube 2.0. You're going to see all of the live training sessions, all of the plugins that you're going to get, all of the bonuses you're going to receive, and scroll down to the bottom until midnight tonight. Click that button, secure your future. We look forward to seeing you in the very first live session of Membership Cube. Thank you very much and have a great day.